Okay. Right. Um, is the event, right? So, like as usual, we'll start with Dow again, Dow futures. So yesterday's view was there was no as such. There was like it was foolish to just devise a view, right? But what I could anticipate yesterday was that maybe we'll see a dip in this range, if not a closing, which is given today, and now we're seeing a green candle. Now, like it's not a close, so making a like anticipating what would be the meaning of this candle right now is it is incomplete, sort of incomplete. So no view on Dow right now, but chartically what I could surmise is it will face some sort of resistance here. Okay, if there is a good news and we see a closing, a breach and a direct closing, right, that would be too good for us. Like we'll see a solid gap up tomorrow. Today's data was kind of like there was in Bank Nifty especially there was call writing about 37,200 those levels. But since it's an event, right? Events are when options are usually used for what they are, like for the sole purpose of option is like, it is for hedging. So understanding that just because there's an OI and considering it as writing, right? I have like been trapped in that situation. Like I assume that since there's OI, there are writers, right? But most times, big money, they just to hedge their positions or their portfolio, they do buy options as well. I've not exactly checked the data. It comes out at 7 or 7:30, so I did not get time to check that, like whether they bought options or they sold options. But my general understanding in the afternoon itself, it's written in the Telegram group as well. The understanding was that maybe they are actually buying the call options instead of writing it, and then we could get a gap up tomorrow. That was the general view. I did not trade on it. I have not taken any calls or any positions with that. Um, but that was the overall view. Now we are actually seeing 17, like the SGX Nifty about 80%. So there should be, or there could be a gap up. There should be actually, like looking at this candle, there should be a gap up. Let's see how it closes, and by morning we should be clear. If I mean optimistically, I want this close. Like I don't think today it will be, but tomorrow morning, the futures close. Like when we open tomorrow, if I see futures above the orange level, above this 34,600 ish, above this level, it would be a good day tomorrow if that happens, right? Any intraday dip will be bought into, and then once Dow sustains above this zone, again this zone will act as a support. So that's a good thing. I mean, it's a win-win. um if there is a bad news, right, this entire candle will be negated. We'll have two of dojis, right? Two of these dojis, these candles, and that would mean that sustaining in this zone will be difficult henceforth, right? So that is over. I'm not generating a view. I'm not, because I won't be blindly trading. What I do after market is what I'm going to repeat tomorrow morning when we get up before the market opens. I'll be repeating the same process. Where Dow is, what ranges did it sustain, where was the low, where was the high, and on that behalf I'll be generating a view. Overall, this is the process what I just told you. This is what I'll be doing. So if I above this level, I'll be looking for longs at the dip. Below, like inside this range would be, I mean, if we gap up, it would be a sell opportunity. Below, there's no question, because in that case it would be like not a buy zone or buy trending move, right? So that is for the indexes right now. No view on Bank Nifty right now. I did like. I'm not sure how many of you know. I'm handling two portfolios. It's free of charge, so I can disclose this. There's no problem, legal problem as such. So I'm handling two PFs, and in that I was holding Axis Bank and ICICI Bank, right? But today ICICI Bank's closing was not like it was not comforting as such. So I removed both ICICI and Axis for the day. Tomorrow, if there's a gap up or everything settles for good, then I'll look to add them again at a little bit higher price. I don't mind. If there is a bad news, then ICICI would be the first one to tank. Such is the closing. But like combining the bank's closing with the OI data of Bank Nifty itself, it is a bit confusing. I mean, everyone, like, not just for me, all the people, they did what they thought was right, right? So it's a crisscross data. So I'm not putting any, like, giving any meaning to it. Tomorrow morning, whatever the open is or whatever the situation is, I'll just decode that and I'll trade accordingly. As of now, not bullish. Sorry, not bearish. Preferably, I'm expecting a gap up, a mild gap up, and depending on where the Dow is, I'll decide. No view on Nifty as such. Nifty is not bearish, but no view on Nifty as such. Stock wise, today it was a good day for a few that I've recommended, not exactly recommended, that I've shared, the setup that I've shared, which I was looking at. The first one was Gujarat, oh no, sorry, just a second, forgot the name. Uh, this Gujarat Alkali. Yeah, first one is Gujarat Alkali. Good setup, good. It was a weekly pick actually, and on net basis, I mean, it not breached the low, which was supposed to be the SL. This range was the closing basis SL, so it came down. It did not even breach the low. So touch basis SL is safe, closing basis SL is safe, and now it has given what until the morning, like at the peak, it was about 13% ish gains and closed about 980. It's a good breakout, good volume, good delivery as well. So I am hoping that this time it will breach this level. Right? Weekly picks are momentum picks. If they work well, right? And like Cosmo Films was one of the. I'm not opening the chart now. Some of my setups are there. So Cosmo Films was taken and it literally doubled from there. So when weekly picks work, when the setups work, that low is usually not breached for some time if it's a good setup, right? Now there's recent volume, so I'm hoping that maybe this level is safe now. 417, it's never coming down there unless Nifty crashes. Second was the Artemis Medicare, right? This was again a weekly pick, and I was hoping to trade it while it broke out. I did not get time. My money is all invested. I'll share what I bought today. So this, like, I wanted to trade it through the breakout. It breached. It closed at. It has a 5% circuit, so it closed at upper circuit today, and there was a small spike. Like there was some sort of volume buying midday, right? These were the two charts that were discussed. DC and Sriram is, I mean, I've kept them because now similar to what had happened with that Gujarat Alkali. Right? Came down and then the reverse, right? Such similar thing is happening with DC and Sriram. That is why I've kept it. On daily time frame, it's a fresh setup. Right? SL for me is about here, and hoping for a breach tomorrow. Right? Hoping for a breach tomorrow. Let's see. It has good momentum. Whenever I choose a stock, there are certain indicators, not RSI or MACD. There are certain indicators. MTI is one of them. My personal favorite. It's my own indicator. So that is one I use for momentum. And there's one called performance indicator. So both are bullish in this stock. If it breaches, I mean, SL is still safe. So if it breaches, then it's a good move. It will give a good move. MSTC again, similar setup. It was shared on weekly on Sunday as a weekly pick. Now this was not an immediate trade. I need a breakout of 333, 332 level, which I think will be getting now. Assuming, like, hoping that Dow closes well, Nifty is bullish, then we'll get a breakout here. So such is the setup. Now again, I'm getting a, like, for a weekly trade. Why I'm interested in this chart is for a weekly trade. I'm getting a daily time frame setup. So small SL, small targets, but then if those targets work, then I can shift the same trade to a higher time frame, which works well sometimes. um, like I even get 1 is to 8 or 1 is to 9 in one each, like trades like this. So I'm getting this here an opportunity in MSTC, and there's another pattern. So it's a diamond pattern. So if this works out, this those who don't know can go and check Dow's video from, I think, last week, maybe Thursday. Thursday was the day, Wednesday or Thursday. Similar pattern was in Dow, and I was like the breakdown was expected. Now similar pattern is here, and breakout is expected. In that case, whatever the length of the pole is, this much target we should get. Right. Now, diamond is one of the rare patterns, and I enjoy trading it. Those who are in the Telegram group, they already know. So this is one of my favorite patterns, and it works most of the time because head and shoulders, since everyone is looking for longs, so like the chances of it working is less. But diamonds are not easy to be spotted. So hoping for maybe 377 ish if I see a breakout here, volume breakout here. This is an update of what I've already shared in the past few days. Now for today, I spotted some momentum in mid cap IT counters. I bought total of 4 counters today, right? To all tracking quantity, not full fledged because there's news, there's an event. Intellect Design, Sonata Software, Builder Software, and KPIT. So I've selected 2 from them, not all of them because that would increase the list a lot. Sonata is a very, very, very good breakout, volume breakout, and I was there. I mean, this was shared in the group as well live when I took it. So got an entry early, booked intraday. It came down, and after an hour or so, it again started the momentum. So now I've taken and I'm carrying it. Um, Good momentum, good indicators are well set. So this could actually, I mean, the risk to rewards is also good, 3.75, 1 is to 3.75, as long as this low is not broken. So I'm hoping for, I mean, I'm carrying a small quantity, I'm hoping for this trade to work. Billasoft, again, I've taken similar setup. Levels are marked ascending triangle pattern, hoping for a breach tomorrow itself because the entire sector gave a move, right? Even FSL too gave a small move. So there could be a follow through momentum here. I'm not sure if this is news related or FMC has any impact on this as of now, but since the entire sector moved, I took some quantities in each one of them, divested myself. So I'm not risking everything on one chart, but hopefully, like most of them will work in my favor. Century Textile is again like Sonata Software and Century Textile are almost a similar chart. A fresh breakout, good volume. Could be this is the Surya Roshni kind of trade that I shared last week, right? So this is a little bit aggressive. So if I like first few minutes of the day, if it consolidates in this range and then breaches, that could be a good trade with a small SL, right? Or else, if it comes down, I mean, best would be it comes down, breaks this level, unable to sustain, goes up here. So this could be a good level of entry with whatever low it has made as a stop loss. Some advanced price action would do well. Man Infra, similar trade. These are all the first 4 5 counters are similar trade. Fresh breakouts with good volume, good delivery, hoping for a follow through. If Nifty is bullish, if Dow is bullish, right? Usha Martin, similar trade, a fresh breakout, hoping for a follow through. Now these are not bad companies as such, and the trend is set. So I'm not like just randomly trading any charts. I have certain scanners which spit out certain charts, and I just scan through them. So good chart, good trending chart, right? Almost a Davis setup, but has weird lows. So good breakout. Hoping now the SL would be closing basis for this one. This I might take tomorrow. So quite serious about Usha Martin. Tech Mahindra, similar chart, a range breakout, and there is a pattern. So expanding wedge, sort of, or a channel pattern. So at least this much it should go. Best would be if I get a retest on this on the trend line. So one chart to look for. Now these are like BEPL and all these are delivery or volume based setups, right? Bansali again has a very niche pattern here. I'll just a diamond in making on daily time frame inside a rising channel. So a very nice setup. If I see, and there's volume too. So if I see a breakout, right, momentum is good. I've checked that. My indicators are well set. So very well, like this could be a very well trade, very good risk to reward trade. SL below the low and targets of at least the swing high, and hopefully the way the pattern is set, hopefully we'll get a breach of rising channel as well this time. Company wise, it's not a bad company again. Few analysts on TV have like it's kind of their favorites. KRBL and Dawat, both price counters, right? Export oriented and good setup again. A flag. Right. So hope this if it is only a intraday trade. The trend is not set yet, so I won't be carrying it. But if I get a breach tomorrow, it's worth trading because both of them got volume buying at the same time. So maybe some sort of news is expected. Dawat was there's an inverted head and shoulder, and targets are already set for 78. The move has begun. Stop loss now would be closing with 67. So I have not taken it yet. If both move together tomorrow and I have some vacant funds, in case I'm able to book any of these IT counters at a small gap up, then I'll look to trade these two. Right. Discipline carbon decal. It has a like you'll have to check this. Like me telling you won't make a impact. The delivery quantities are too good, right? Greater than what they were on this day. If I remember correctly, I've wrote it somewhere. So such is the chart right now, and it has been resisting a level. So again, a weekly time frame setup, right? A weekly time frame resistance about to breach, and the trade happens to be on a daily setup. So small SL could give larger targets, such as the trade. Buy here, SL below the lowest low, that is 196 something, and hopefully it will sustain this range this time. Such trades I'll look to trail my SL as soon as I get at least 3-4% or 1:2. I'll just trail my SL above cost. Now some of the textile counters were good today. So Ambico is one of them. It is SL below the low and hopefully aiming for 1:2. MHRIL is another counter. It is creating a chart. So if one thing I would like to point out, MHRIL I have a like good sized position here. My entry was shared live in the group. Also, I hold this counter in the PFI manage. So even there, it's about I don't know 30 or 40% something in profits. Timely shared was shared live, but the position size is good. So I have vested interest in this trade. So just remember that. Again, I mean, I've been tracking. I track this every day. So I hope like I'm aiming for a breakout tomorrow itself. Let's see. Indian hotels and all were good. Like they were quite bullish, but since this has already like rallied, it was consolidating. Let's see if the cool off is done and it gives us fresh move. Hoping for a target of through 80, somewhat in this range, with like as long as this SL is safe. So it's a good 1:2, 1:1.5 risk to reward trade. Let's see if I'll probably like since I'm already holding, so I'll probably look to add a very small quantity and I'll book it. I won't carry it. I'll book it around this level. Right. HLE glass code is an aggressive setup. One of my group members hold this. It has already doubled for him. So, but there's a daily setup here. I mean, it is quite bullish for me. If I mean, I'm also the delivery quantity is good. So that one point I would like to point out, delivery quantity is quite good. SL below, it's a big SL. I mean, 7-8%. So only for those who, I mean, if it consolidates, then we can actually trail SL to whatever the low is. But for now, SL happens to be 7 or 8% below, and hopefully, like the momentum is too good. So maybe it won't stop until I get at least one is to two. Overall, these are, I mean, there are plenty of more stocks, but some I've avoided. FNO I've not much of FNO I've not taken today. Some of the ITs I've avoided because I mean I'm not exactly certain where the markets will be. But overall, this is the list. And theme-based buying, I mean, KRBL Tower together, then mid-cap ITs together. Man Infra is separate. Usha Martin is separate. Usha Martin, I'm seriously interested in. Tech Mahindra is a trading bet, and like this can be traded with options and all of that. If I see a dip and then markets are bullish, options is the go-to for this. That's it. No view on, no like exact view, precise view. I don't want to do something and get it wrong. So, no precise view on Nifty, and Nifty is not bearish for me. That much I can say. Nifty is not bearish for me. Bank Nifty, the data is bullish. I mean, if I was to assume that the big money bought calls, so the data is bullish, and Axis Bank, like some of the banks are not exactly, not expecting a serious gap up in them. That's all for today. Tomorrow morning, let's figure out where Dow is, and we'll trade accordingly. Right? Thank you.